Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to day 38 of reading 101 essays that will change the way you think. As always, shout out to Brandon West for the text. And today's title is How to Detox Your Mind Without Having to Go Completely Off the Grid. Though we have miles to go in terms of learning what it means to take care of our bodies, or even further on how to take care of our minds, our brains construct our experiences, and there are many factors that alter and shift our perspectives that are completely in our control but totally out of our awareness. Here, a few things you can do to detox your mind, deprogram, and wipe the slate clean now and again. Travel to assimilate to culture. Alter your base point concept of normal. What it will show you is how many behaviors, values, beliefs you've unconsciously adopted from your surroundings and ways you can change them. Traveling, I think, is just a good way to have a refresh just in general, right? Because you're in a completely different environment and it forces you to change. It forces you to think differently and to see things differently. Create physical solutions for emotional problems. People default on the idea that one emotion will cancel out or fix another. If you're upset, seek a high to eliminate it. But negative emotions are just calls to action that are being ignored through a little mental gymnastics and alarm justification. Detoxing your mind is letting go of emotional highs in place of creating actual solutions. Number 3, know the emotional toxicity is born of mental resistance. Instead of trying to create a certain emotional experience for yourself, if I do this and this, I feel this way. Try to practice complete acceptance of whatever you feel in the moment. Mental resistance keeps you in your emotional discomfort, even if it numbs it for a minute. So you can't resist anything. Even if it's a negative emotion, you just have to let it pass, because all the emotions will be transitory. And if you resist feeling those emotions, that's why they stay with you, because you don't let them go. You don't let them pass. And the only way that those emotions pass is if you feel them. Number 4, identify your tethers. The problems that are in front of you are actually behind you. They are cracks in your foundation that are holding you back. Stop trying to dismantle symptoms. Go back and identify the causes. There are a lot of things that hold us back. A lot of things from our past that we don't like to admit. We see that we're doing certain things, but asking ourselves why? Why don't I treat myself with love? Why don't I love myself? And is it because you haven't moved on from that relationship, from that toxic, bad breakup that you had? Now you don't love yourself anymore. And it's because of that relationship. Because you never got over that person, you're still holding on to the love that that person showed you that you can't show yourself love. So it's going back in the past and asking yourself why. What is the reason for the symptoms, right? It's like, say you have an injury, your knee is hurting. It's asking why. Why are my knees hurting? It's maybe because the muscles surrounding your knee are not strong enough. Your quads, your hamstrings, your tibialis, whatever it is, those muscles around aren't strong enough, and that's why it's causing you knee pain. Because all you're seeing is knee pain. You're not saying, oh, I need to strengthen my legs. You're seeing, I need to somehow get rid of this knee pain. When it's the same thing with your life. What is causing certain problems? It's going to the root and fixing the root problem, fixing the root cause. Number 5, go for a long drive and let yourself get lost. Drive through neighborhoods you would never have known existed. See how other people live. See them come home from work and what their living rooms look like from the outside. It will comfort you, and you'll realize how small you are in a more practical way than just staring at the ocean. You don't know what you don't know. Everything is about perspective. Seeing things differently will help you see your own life differently. Number 6, rearrange your furniture. Your brain constructs your experience through props and signals that those props fire off. You are continually subconsciously triggering negative or stagnant associations because of how your brain processes your surroundings. Change them, change how you think, change how you feel. Number 7, do a mental purge. Just write down whatever weird thoughts continually cross your mind or the little incoherent bits that are clogging your head. Just getting them out will give you relief. Number 8, restructure your digital life. It's not realistic or desirable to a lot of people to be forever disconnected, but it's also not realistic to keep things that don't serve you positively in your social feeds and expect it not to affect you. Instead of just unfollowing what you don't want to see, follow positive accounts, groups, organizations, publications that do. I feel like this is a super important one because our digital life shapes our real life, shapes our mentality and the way that we see things. Because we're constantly on our phones, we're constantly scrolling, and if we're always scrolling negativity, things that we consume, and it just pushes more pressure onto us, pushes more judgment, more negative feelings, we have to get rid of them, unfollow them, and then follow positive accounts. Follow accounts that actually make you feel good about yourselves, that help you learn things, or just completely disconnect from it completely. Number 9, notice your unconscious movements. Notice your feet walking and how you are not deciding to lift each one up and forward. And yet, because your mind said, okay, self, let's get to this point today, you began to go, considering your morning intentions similarly. Number 10, cleanse your space emotionally. Consider the emotional attachment you have to things you keep around you. Did you buy those clothes to be someone you're not? Do you have decor around your apartment that you got during a particular crappy time in your life? Let those things go, but decide what to let go by thinking about what they make you feel. Things do hold emotion. It's like if you hold on to things from an ex-partner, you hold on to things from a certain part of your life, and it's like that thing is still there. I have this one friend, and you know how you can get like infinity bracelets with people, like bracelets that you put on that don't come off. And he broke up with his partner that he had an infinity bracelet with, and he kept it. And for me, that's a big reason why he had a hard time getting over her, is because he kept certain things. It's like if you get rid of physical things, it's easier to get rid of emotional things. So if there are certain things in your life where you know it's from a certain season of your life, from a certain person that you're trying to get over, you have to get rid of them. Number 11, place yourself. Make a chart with 3 columns, and on the left, write everything you feel you've accomplished in your life, and in the middle, write down what your daily life entails. And then on the right, put what those consistent habits will lead to, such what you hope to do in the future. It helps you focus on the big picture. Getting lost in minutiae usually causes people anxiety. It's very helpful to write things down, to intentionally put, what do I do? What brings me closer to what I want, and what takes me further away? Because there's a difference between just thinking about those things and putting something on paper, because then it becomes more real and it becomes more tangible. You can see it, you can read it, and it becomes more real to you. Number 12, shift your physical position every time you start falling back into toxic thought cycles. This basically creates a new experience for your body and refocuses you in the moment. And it's simple enough to do at your desk at work. I feel this is actually a super underrated one, because it's like if you're in a rut, or if you have like writer's block, mentally blocked, if you change where you are physically, it actually helps. Because for me, sometimes if I'm recording and I'm sitting down, sometimes I find it helpful to stand up or to go on a walk. And then my whole mentality just shifts. That block that I was having where it was hard for me to record, it was hard for me to say things and have things flow well. When I just change physically, then my mental also changes with that physical. So if you're having problems mentally, you have a mental block, mental rut, whatever it is, you can just change yourself slightly, go on a walk, whatever it is, get up, stretch. Just changing physically will help your mental change as well. 13, stretch your brain. Pick up a book on something that interests you and learn more about it. Look at research on something you have a theory about. Learn to love learning through actively engaging with things that naturally interest you. If nothing else, it will make you a bit more aware of the world. Learning is important. We should never stop learning. 14, reevaluate the extent of your disconnectedness. If the bulk of your relationships happen digitally that aren't long distance, and you haven't had a conversation in person without being interrupted by a phone in a long enough time, evaluate how much you're prioritizing people in your life and realize that screens are greater than people is basically the best way to create an extremely anxious lifestyle for yourself. Connect with people in person, because your phone will cause you so much stress and anxiety. People have like the ghost buzz, right? They think their phone vibrated because they got a notification, but they didn't. Prioritize real connections in real life. 15, identify what your addictions are keeping you distracted from. Most things people struggle with are addictions in some form, a thing you keep doing though you don't really want to. Understand that addiction is a disconnection from yourself, and a disconnection from yourself is born of something present that you think you can't face. We all have something we're addicted to. Bad habits, food, people, whatever it is. Identifying those addictions and identifying what they're keeping us away from will help you get out of that mental rut, will help you get over that addiction, because it's like, if I stopped always being addicted to my phone, all I did was scroll late at night, then I would sleep better. I'm addicted to scrolling and I stay up late. I wonder why I don't get good sleep. And it's because you're always scrolling, you're addicted to it. And you can connect any addiction to your life with something that is holding you back. An addiction will always hold you back from a certain thing because you're spending so much time doing it, because it has you in a chokehold and you can't breathe. 16, learn to let good enough not be the opposite of perfect. If there's one thing that will give you the most mental, emotional relief, it is letting good enough be good enough. It's just stop expecting perfection, because perfection isn't attainable. And good enough, your best, has to be good enough. 17, dismantle the parts of your life that are solely performative. The thing is that most of what clogs our minds is all that unnecessary effort we put into constructing a life that seems a little more palatable, a little more noble, a little better than someone else's, so therefore good enough. But it accomplishes the opposite of what we intend. We place ourselves further from a genuine happy experience, which is in accepting that life is small and simple and more than enough. Though grandiose ideas and attachments that end up making us into characters, not people. 18, this is the last one. Write down what you hate about other people. This is what you need to change about yourself and your life, but are resisting too much to actually do something about. Know that it's often not a surface level issue. You don't hate your annoying neighbor because she bothers you for lunch and you secretly bother other people for lunch. You hate her because she acts as though she's desperate for love, and you feel that way too, but avoid it because you think it's embarrassing. This is a cheat sheet to seeing what's actually wrong in your life. It's important because completely understanding the problem is the same thing as knowing the solution. If you don't know what to do, you don't know what's wrong. If you don't know what's wrong, it's because some part of you is resisting seeing it. This is a really important one because a lot of the time you hear people complaining about things on a deep level. It's identifying, why do I complain about certain things, and asking yourself, am I complaining about it because I'm too embarrassed to admit that I'm like that too? This will show you a lot about yourself. So really sit down and think about it. Think about it deeply. What do I hate in other people? And identifying it in yourself. So tomorrow's title is 12 Signs the only problem with your life is that you think about it more than you live it. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 39.